Welcome back to the Ancient Ruins. Today we are continuing our journey through Core of Discovery, a game set in the world of Manifest Destiny, with map 9. Last time we tried something a little bit new, bit of feedback was, don't do that. So we have actually gone ahead and chosen our character and selected our gear properly this time, so we have a chance of going forward and winning for a change. We've got Mrs. Boniface, the scholar. When you collect a wood, a rock or a skull, you can instead take water. I often struggle to get water, so that seemed like a good idea for me. We've still got the training gear, which is the medicine, which allows us to reuse any card that we've already used in that day. We've got the satchel. Exhaust after explore, discard the resource or water you just gained from exploring to take a destiny card. Now, destiny cards can be useful, so having a way just to get one if we really need one seemed like a good idea. We've got the tracking guide, because I like the tracking guide. Do not gain the resource or water from exploring. Discard that path token and explore again. And we've got the box of goods, which is a one-time Hail Mary to receive any one resource. It does give us additional points, which we never do, because we just like the game. Yeah. But if you are just joining us for the first time and you don't know what Core of Discovery is, it is a game of meth sudoku where we run around a map, try and kill some pricks, and we do it by ascertaining various patterns. The patterns are as follows. If we find a water, it may be orthogonally adjacent to a stick. A stick is always orthogonally adjacent to water. Food is always diagonally adjacent to a TP, and a TP is always adjacent in either orthogonal or diagonal ways to a skull. There is always one stick in every column or row, so if we find a stick here, there are no sticks in the rest of those columns or row, so over time we can build a stick map where we can kind of guess and assume where sticks are, which would lead us to where water is, etc. and so forth. Mud is always orthogonally adjacent to both rock and water. Rocks are always next to each other, so if we know that there's a rock here, there's going to be a rock adjacent to it. We can't pass through them, we must go round, and they're never on the edge. Skulls always have a different resource orthogonally on every orthogonal side. I've got this set to the wrong side, we'll quickly change that over, that's okay. And once we find a skull, we must reveal a threat. If it's a minotaur, we'll have rules, otherwise it will be a specific card rule that we must follow at the time. Vines are always in the same column as a rock, so if we do need a vine, we look near the rocks. The build shelter location is where we can build our mushroom house, and that is always orthogonally adjacent to both food and a stick. So once we start finding sticks, we can start building patterns to try and find things that we might need later to help us kill pricks. If we do find a TP, then we can trade any one resource or water for any other one resource or water. If we find a field, that means we get to discard that revealed path token, and we find out how many forts are in the same column and or row. It doesn't specify which, so it's still a little bit of vague information that we've got to work with from there. If we find a fort, we get to reveal a how to kill a minotaur prick. Card, not prick, and that will give us the idea on what we need to do to kill the minotaur. To win the game, we kill 3 minotaurs. As soon as we've killed 3 minotaurs, we win. There are special rules for the forts in map number 9. They will always have mud orthogonally adjacent to it and water orthogonally adjacent to that. It can go in any angle, so it doesn't have to be directly above or directly below, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and that's basically it. We do also know that rocks begin, or the peak is at least on C5. It is alpha numerical, so C5 is where the rocks are, and as always, we are going to probably begin in the middle. But first, we need to go through the challenge cards. As always, to begin, you start with Approach the Arch, which means that you've got 5 path tokens to find a stick. Sounds good. We rarely complete that one because the pass-fail situation doesn't really mean much to us. Next, we haven't even revealed it. We've got Flood. We need a stick, a rock, and 2 water to pass. If we fail, we lose 2 water. We gain a sample token, which are a pain in the pooper. We lose a fire, and we lose 2 other resources or water, which is very bad, actually. So we're going to need to work on that one straight away. And we've got strong wind, build a strong shelter. We need a rock, a vine, and water. And if we have a location where we can build a mushroom house, we can build a mushroom house. If we fail that one, we lose we lose a fire, we lose 2 water, we lose the mushroom house, we gain a sample token. So it's all very bad. Now that we are fully set up with our 8 water, we've got our cards, we've revealed the... Oh, you shouldn't be in there. We've revealed the destiny cards, which we'll discuss if and when we reveal destiny cards. We're going to start exploring. So to begin with, we have to choose one location on column 7, and I, because it seems to be working, I'm going to choose the dead center. Okay, mud. Do we need mud? We have no use for mud whatsoever, but it does mean that there could be a fort here or here or maybe here. I'm not sure how specific they are going to be about the water needing to be on the map, but it does mean that there could be a fort in those locations. However, because we know that mud must be orthogonally adjacent to water and a rock, so that is a firm and fast rule, we know that this cannot be a fort because it must be a rock, because these two can't be rocks. So this is a rock, okay? That is definitely a rock, because rocks cannot be on the edge, and they must be connected to other rocks. So we can kind of assume, give me rocks, that this is potentially a rock, and that is a potential rock as well. So we building a map already. I think we should go up. Now, this is either going to be water or a fort. If it's neither of those, there isn't a fort here. So let's have a look. Okay, so it's a field, which is good because we get to discard the token, so that can go over there. And it has told us that there are no forts here and no forts there. So this is likely water, so I'm going to pop a water there because mud still has to follow the rules. It still has to be orthogonally adjacent to both rock and water, so that's water, so that's good. We know where water is, but we don't have forts, and we need forts. We don't really need the water just yet, so we'll carry on going, except that could lead us to a stick. We do need a stick, see? No, I'm going to carry on going up. And we got water anyway. Oh, this one goes there. We don't get to discard that one. So we get an additional water. And thanks to a kind commenter to let me know that water don't actually go towards fatigue. So we don't need to worry about water. Right, so we now know, and this is pointless, but just for the sake of the discussion and introducing to the game, we now know that one of these two is a stick, because sticks are always orthogonally adjacent to water, but we also could have a mud. Ooh, that'd be interesting. So, just as a little thought experiment, if I can find another mud, I don't think I can find another mud. Right, so that could be mud, which means this could be a fort. Yes, yes. So the thing is, we don't really need mud. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go upwards because I do want a stick. So we're going to take the upwards, and we did get a stick, so that's okay. Right, so we've got the stick. We do need to keep the stick, so we might sacrifice a water to keep the stick, but we've still got 2 turns left. I think we're going to go around the edge because we don't want mud just yet. So we'll see what we've got here. It's a fort. Okay. Okay. So this is a fort, so we can remove that because that's likely going to be a fort. But what does that mean? What do you mean? Right, so Okay, we'll get rid of these two because I don't know what they are anymore. Fort is good. We do reveal a how to kill a prick card, and we do need, you see. We need a destiny card, we need food, and we need water to kill a minotaur. So this one, somewhere, this one is going to be useful, but that means that... No, this could work. This could work. So this could be mud and water, or the other way could be mud and water. I don't know why I've only got 2 mud tokens. It's fine. I'm going to use shale instead. I don't know where all my tokens have gone. That's annoying. So that could be mud and that could be water as well. Where are my tokens? Goodness me. Anyway, we still know that's water. So what we need to do is just figure out what we specifically need. We need a rock. So we don't need a rock for this challenge, but we do need a rock for the next challenge. So if we just move our way down here rather than going across there, then we can get a rock. Yes. And then we need another rock and a vine. So we need to be exploring this area and this area anyway to try and get that vine, which we're going to need in the next one. And we've got 7 spaces to find a vine. So we're going to go down from here. Oh, we're the best at games. Oh, we're the best at games. Right, so we still don't have a rock. Okay. Right, so I'm changing up the shell for an actual mud token. Apologies. I know I probably have more tokens somewhere. I've just lost them. But that changes things quite a bit. To begin with, let us do the to begin with. We have completed Approach the Arch. Now, we're going to keep the stick because we need the stick for the next one. So if we fail, we gain a food. Food, and we lose a water. I'm okay with that, but we have completed you. Next, we need a stick, a rock, and 2 water. We can get the rock, that's fine, but I'm looking at this. So, because of the rules, mud and water. This has to be mud, this has to be water. There's no other way about it, okay? Because that's a fort, that has to be mud, and that has to be water. Brilliant. Sorted. However, my goodness, there we go, token. That has to be a rock. It does, for the simple reason that mud has to be orthogonally adjacent to water, and it has to be orthogonally adjacent to a rock. So that has to be a rock. Okay, we do need a rock. So let's reveal this to be the rock we know it is. Yeah. Brilliant. Now, we are in a fatigue zone, but it is okay because momentarily we are going to, well, momentarily, at the end of these 3 turns, we're going to discard 2 of those tokens, putting us back in a good position. Right. What else do we need? We need another rock. So, okay. This is going to be a bit of a weird pause. My dog's stuck. I'm going to go get my dog, and then we'll be right back. Go on. Go. Quick. And we're back. So, apologies about that. We're in the middle of UK heat wave, as you can probably tell, and UK heat waves aren't that warm, but they are to us because we have no way of getting rid of the heat. And my dog decided he wanted to go sit in the window and then got stuck, and that's a story that you didn't care about. Where were we? We need a rock. Okay, we were heading towards a rock. So, we go down and across. Perfect. Ew. Okay. We do get a rock, so that is fine. But if we turn over anything now, we lose it. Genius, 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 genius. We cannot explore here or here. We've already got a mud, and I'm not overly bothered about keeping a mud. So what we can do, and what we are going to do, is we're going to turn over this mud that we know to be mud, and then we are going to discard the resource that we've just gained to take a destiny card. So we're going to exhaust that one, and we are going to take the moss, which is really good actually. Place a food token on the end of day area. This will be eaten at the end of this day. However, we need this to kill a prick if and when we get to the point where we can kill pricks. So we may or may not do that. We do have food for this day. We do need to have food at the end of the day, otherwise we die. Should have covered that earlier. If we don't have food, we die. We run out of water, we die. We're going to have to try very hard to stay alive. But yes, we have now succeeded with the flood. So we get to get rid of them. We take away 2 water, a rock, and a stick. Everything else gets moved down. Lovely jubbly. And we gain nothing. There is no reward. And finally, we've got strong wind, which we need a rock, a vine, and water, which we've already got. Right. But what do we actually need? We can get the water. So we're going to take the water, and then we just need to look for a skull, really. So we'll take the water. That's fine. Now, there is going to be a stick. There is going to be a stick. Do we want a stick? We always like sticks, but do we need a stick now? I think we should head down here, so we know the outline of the rock. So there's my stick. We don't need the stick, but we might need the stick later, so that's okay. Okay, and then yeah, let's just carry on down. Okay, annoying, but we do get a rock. Which means that many things, I don't know, because now we've got this, so it could be that that's a rock and it goes in that pattern, it could be that pattern, it could be all the way, I don't know. I'm going to keep you as potentially a rock though. Right, so we did succeed. We didn't have a space where we can build a house, so we get no reward, and it does cost us a rock, a vine, and a water. And there we go. So we get rid of that. Now, at the end of the day, we need to be able to feed ourselves. We did. We had food. We didn't die. We made it 1 additional day. Is that good? I don't know, because I don't feel as though we've accomplished much so far. At the end of the day, we reveal a threat, and it is a minotaur. So, in the night, the northernmost explored path, northern, would be, is it a choice? I feel like it should be a choice. I'm going to put it on the mud. I'm going to put it on the mud. Feels like the most northern. There we go. That means that if I want to explore down here or down here, I have to pay an additional resource, which is a nightmare. Then we reveal the next day's cards: stick, rock, or skull and water. We've done that one. Yeah, that's good. Oh, come on. We need to build a shelter for the last one. For monster tracks, we need a stick, a skull, and water. Really bad things happen if we don't have all of those. And then the last rainstorm, we need to... Right, so the rainstorm is one of the cards that I absolutely despise because it is more out of your hands than every other card in the thing. It says that you have to have a shelter. If you already have one, you've already passed it and it doesn't matter. But if you don't, you've got to find a shelter on the map before you get the resources, which isn't cheap, to build the thing. It's a nightmare. In fact, all of these are nightmares. We've already passed the first one. We need more sticks. We need more sticks. Okay, so we know there are sticks around here, but faff. So I think we're going to carry on going this way a little bit and see if we can go down. We've got 2 movement. We don't have a fire. If I could build a fire. Oh, yes. But then beans. It is a skull. Okay, so this is fine. This is fine. So we're going to reveal another threat, and it's another minotaur. Right, so it is going to go on the explored skull terrain, which just beans is everything. Okay, beansed. I now need to kill that guy quite quickly. So I'm going to have to abandon going that way for now because we just don't have the resources, and we're going to have to come down here. We can only kill one of them, which again, bit of a pain. We've got some water. We have completed the keep food cool, which is brilliant, but we don't have a fire, so we didn't get any food, and we still have to spend everything. So that is these two and the water. My goodness, I am panicking. Right, so that is done. Next up, we need a stick, a skull, and water. So we already have the skull. We just need a stick. Now, a stick is either going to be this one or this one. So let's go in and see if we can see the shape of the rocks as well. I'm amazing. I'm the best at games. We've got the stick. Right, so now we really need food. We need multiple food. We're going to carry... No, we're not. We're going to go down. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. I don't even have a token for this one. Right, we're going to put the screaming worm on the... Oh, we don't even know if it's a minotaur. Okay, it could be something. No, it's a minotaur. Oh, no. Okay. 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 We get a skull at least, I guess. Okay, so we're going to have to just crack on. So it's going to cost us one resource. So we're going to spend a water, but we gain a water. So we don't spend anything. We just don't achieve anything. Much like my life. We have then completed this one, which is a stick, a skull, and a water. So that's fine. And then we get to peek at a... Is it west? Oh, it's just a peek at an adjacent... to anything that we've already explored. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because we don't... Okay, let's have a peek at this one. We're going to peek. It's a fort. It's what we need. And it... Beans. Okay. We're going to fail this one. That's a nightmare. We can't do that. We might as well just spend the water to get the fort. Done. We've got the fort. We get another Killer Minotaur card, and it's mud and a vine. Okay. So we've got 2 spaces left. We can't complete that one. So let's go. Are you kidding me? Oh. We don't have any food, so we've got 2 turns to find food. All I can think is we have to spend another resource, so we're going to get rid of the mud to explore here. It's a teepee. Okay, does any of this help? We can survive another night. We can survive another night. We can trade a rock. Do we need a rock? We don't need a rock. We can trade a rock for food. Okay, we've traded a rock for food. We fail this one, so that means we lose a water. Be gone, and we get a sample token. So bad. This is going from bad to worse. We've got 3 minotaurs, meaning we're trapped. Okay. We have a need for mud. Oh, that's mud. We need water. That's water. But they cost us resources to get. We do need a mud. Oh, no, we didn't have mud. We got rid of mud a long, long time ago. It was a rock that we've just got rid of. Okay. We need to have a fire and we lose water. And we need rock, vine and water. Oh, days, 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 days. We're going to go here. No, we're not, because that costs. I think we might have lost this one. But every time I say I think we might have lost this one, the comments say that he could have done a thing and won a thing and then everything would have been brilliant and I would have survived and won £1 million. I can go in this corner. So we'll go in this corner and see what this does. That's fine. Doesn't help though. Oh, this is fine as well. I can gain a resource. Oh, we should have spent the food at the end of the day. Sorry, I am panicking just a little bit. But because we've got all of the Minotaurs out, we don't need to do anything else. I don't need the skull, so I can... But then I have to... Go there. There would just get me there. I can't go there. I can only go there. Everything else is going to cost. I'm kind of in a corner. There's no way to get to a point where it doesn't cost a resource to get round a corner. I need to take this one. So we're going to go here. We're going to spend the skull, but I assume that's mud. It's mud. So we did need that one, but now we're beansed. I guess this could be water, but it's not because that's water. We'll go here because that's safe. Right, it is a vine. I believe we do need vines because I can kill a guy. Who's going to be the best to kill? I need both of them to succeed this. I've got one turn and I need to not... Right, so I have to take a turn. And there's nowhere that I can take a turn that's not going to cost a resource. The only resource I can spend is water, because I need the other two to survive, otherwise I'll lose 3 water and I die. If I spend the water, I spend 2 water and I die. I don't think there's a way around this. No, that's water. Right, so we're going to spend a water to reveal the water. Okay, so we've still got 3 water. We managed to make it another step. That's it. We've just made it another step. Okay, we've made it another step. But that's it. That is it. I am unable to can. Nowhere I go from here is, I can't reveal this because it'll cost a water and I'll die. I can't reveal this because it'll cost a water and I'll die. Can't get to this. Can't go there, can't go there, can't go there. We got ravaged by 3 Minotaurs then. Right, so that is map 9 of this incredible game. This game kicks my ass, but I still love it. It's an amazing game. If you have enjoyed it and you've made it this far, thank you very much. Please do leave a comment down below. Don't be shy. It really helps. Like, comment and subscribe and all the good stuff. And we will be back next week for the 10th map. If you want me to continue after map number 10, let me know. There are so many possibilities for us to look into. But yes, we'll be back next week. with the 10th map. See you next time.